Stride VR is in early access. It doesn't have a lot of content, it has very little content, and there's some issues that need to be worked out. However, despite all that, this is one of the most fun games I have ever played in VR, and I highly recommend it. Hi, I'm Fast Lawyer. Today we're going to do a review for Stride VR, a game released in early access, released September 4th, 2020 by developer Joyway. For all the major headsets, it normally retails for $19.99. I got this through Viveport Infinity. Now, I don't know much about Joyway. They released 2 demos earlier in the year. I wasn't a big fan of their other games they're working on. I hope they drop those games and focus all their efforts on Stride, because Stride is the winner, and this could be one of the best games in VR. This could be Game of the Year for 2020. I know that sounds crazy with Half-Life Alyx, but this game is fun. If it has a development team that can put the time required to make this a real game, this could be the most fun and engaging game in VR. It's Mirror's Edge in VR basically, and it's a blast to play, plus it's a good workout. Stride VR is running on the Unreal Engine. On my 1060 GTX, I got a steady 90 frames per second, so I had no technical issues. Some people mentioned some bugs or whatnot. I did not experience any issues at all. However, there's some stuff that should be ironed out. Some controls weren't as responsive as I would like them to be. Specifically for me, it was the holstering and unholstering of the weapon. So I noticed one thing in the videos. In the videos, the gun is always out on the dominant hand, and they're using their offhand for all the climbing. That's not the way I was playing the game. I was actually holstering and unholstering the weapon after every use. Maybe that's not the best way to use, but I hope that's something that's made part of the game, because I think it adds extra difficulty if you actually have to holster and unholster the weapon versus always carrying it on your main hand and then just using your offhand for always climbing up or always grabbing on to either the zip lines or these hooks that are like in the air, these grappling hooks that you can use to swing around. That is probably the most fun thing about this game. I really love the zip lines, but especially the grappling hooks. Very fun mechanic, and the way you can swing around is very polished. You can use your momentum to swing exactly the way that you want, so you can go around corners, you can leap over objects, you can go sideways. I really love that. Now, the odd thing about this game, and it works, but I'm not sure it's needed, is for the locomotion. You're using both the joystick and arm swing locomotion, which is a little weird. I'm not sure I've ever seen the combination. I've seen games either use arm swing or use full locomotion. This uses a combination of both for running. So for your normal walking speed, you're only using the joystick. For full locomotion, you have snap turning as well. But if you want to run, you actually have to use the joystick and arm swing at the same time. The same thing is true for jumping. You're pressing the A or X button or down on the touchpad for Windows Mixed Reality, and you're also making a motion with your motion controllers from down to up with your arms. So that's a very fun mechanic, but however, I think it has troubles when you're trying to holster and unholster your weapon. It's not very consistent, especially on Windows Mixed Reality. It almost only worked about half the time on Windows Mixed Reality. On the Oculus Rift, it was more consistent, but it wasn't always 100% on that. There is also a slow time ability. Unfortunately, I didn't show that off in the video, and the reason for that is because I didn't really need to use it, because I wasn't getting that far in the endless mode. I was only getting to the medium difficulty section, so you always start on easy, then if you get farther you get to medium difficulty, then you get to the hard section. But you definitely need to use it in the harder sections where you have multiple enemies and you have to chain multiple skills all together at the same time, and I've seen the videos from it and it's pretty cool. So yeah, it has wall running, it has multiple jumps, it has dodging bullets, it has shooting enemies, it has zip lines, it has grappling hooks that you swing from. When you combine all those actions together, it's a lot of fun. Oh, by the way, you're seeing me mostly just run forward with a straight path ahead. But once you get further, there are 90-degree turns that you'll have to make in order to progress further into the level. And those parts are very tricky, and every time I've encountered that, I've fallen to my death. So yeah, I'm gonna have to learn how to get past that to be able to get into the harder difficulties. But I'm having a blast so far. Like I mentioned, after about 30 minutes, I get real sweaty, so I do have to stop playing. But I hope to put more time into this game. I can't wait to see how it further develops. However, even as is right now, I would give it an 8 out of 10. It's a lot of fun to play. Even if it's never further developed, this is a game that I will keep playing because the endless mode is so much fun. But I can't wait to see if the developer keeps their promises. They're promising more environmental variety, more levels, and a story mode in the future. I hope for that story mode in the future that they add other elements of gameplay. I really like the fast action parkour this game currently has, but I'd like to see some other types of gameplay added to the mix just to make it a more varied game. So I'd like to see maybe some climbing sections that are more cerebral, more slow paced. I'd like to see maybe some shooting sections that are all about accuracy or quickness with the gun. I'd like to see a story with actual good writing, maybe some cinematic scenes as well, to give us a rest from the very fast-paced and intense parkour. But the parkour is excellent, so the endless mode just by itself, I'd give an 8 out of 10. It's a blast. I can't wait to see what the future brings for this game. I'm Fast Lawyer. If you like my review, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, have a wonderful day. Goodbye.